What you're seeing in this video is a conflict management and a Skinner box. Conflict management for Wali, Skinner box for puppy Kali. So we start off the exercise with Wali holding one end of the leash, and I start to place kibbles at every footstep tracking at the other end of the leash. The circumference that allows me is the area within which I do the ground disturbance and place those kibbles. The conflict management in this scenario would be that Wali knows where the kibbles are all laid around within the proximity. He sees it. It's all around him 360 degree, and he has to continue to hold the leash while puppy Kali does her existential tracking for the day. This is just an exercise building upon the foundation of yesterday's behavior. I've always said that the foundation of today's exercise or skills must be the stepping stone to teaching a new behavior. So here we start. Wali continues to hold the leash and puppy Kali is brought in. Now puppy Kali is already familiar with looking for food the first thing in the morning, and that's how we do its existential training. So Kali is clearly motivated by food on the track. There is no incentive for her to interact with Wali, and because it's Wali's first time in this particular picture, I stand in the foreground with intermittent reminding him about the behavior to continue to hold the leash. Now two things I'm looking for in Wali is that he must not change his position because the track is laid exactly in the diameter of the leash, and that he must continue to hold the leash and not go look for the food himself. The Skinner box is for the puppy Kali. As long as she continues to search within the diameter of the circle is where she finds her existential food. It's a little difficult for Wali because, and you can also see that his body language is a little tight. He is in the behavior, but he is heavily focused. Continues to maintain eye contact with me. That's only because I'm ensuring that he continues to hold the behavior. Clearly Kali does not require any encouragement. She is familiar with this, except that this is the very first time that she is doing it in the proximity of a dog that she continues to play throughout the day. So as a part of socialization, Kali gets to interact with most of my dogs that are friendly with puppies. And this also is a new scenario for Kali where she has to learn to focus on the track and not to interact. This kind of training works best when you do as a first meal of the day, where the hunger pangs motivate the dogs to focus on the track. Wali, this is a 10-minute video, so for those of you who continue to hold their attention to this video, I might as well as summarize what's going to happen next. So somewhere during the rest of the 7-minute video, I think there is an instance where Wali shifts from down and then maybe stands up, and in the process the leash slips out of his mouth, so I go back and help him, and then we continue the exercise. But clearly Kali is not disturbed by any of this movements of mine, the cameraman and Wali's presence, so she continues to search for a food 360 degree. Now Kali is being rewarded one kibble for every step. That's communistic rewarding. At the end of the entire exercise, for the continued duration in hold behavior, Wali gets a huge jackpot. So this also is two different reward systems for two different sets of behavior. Of course, I did not click release at the end of the behavior because I do not want Wali anticipating release from the behavior. So he was rewarded in the room service, but a huge jackpot. So you see here, he's trying to change his positions out here, but the important thing is that he does not move from the position. So the sit became a stand. He continues to do the behavior of the hold. So the length of the leash indicates where the track is. The track is not close to Wali, or nor is it outside of the circumference. This is 6:30 in the morning. Wali clearly is in a very tensed body language because he's focused on holding the leash. It would have been simpler for me to hold place a tug in his mouth attached to the leash, but that would not amount to actually holding the leash. So holding a very thin, slippery leash is also a challenge to Wali. So I'm just going to stop rambling here. This is all that I can do. I guess the exercise and the video speaks for itself. So that's a Skinner box within which Kali is working, and that's a conflict management where Wali has to exercise his impulse control and continue doing the behavior. Thank you for watching. You still have 3.5 minutes of video. Hold, sit. Hold. Wali, hold. Good hold. Good hold. Wali here. Hold. Okay, hold. 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 अभी सही रहेगा, अभी अच्छा लगेगा, अभी वो ढूंढ लेगा. और एक मुंह दिखा, थोड़ा सा सीधा मत रहना, मतलब थोड़ा सा तुम्हें चिपकाते रहना है. हाँ, अभी ये सही है. होल्ड. एंगल चेंज करो हर 10 सेकंड, 5 सेकंड एंगल चेंज. एक ही जगह पे हो फिर भी ऊपर नीचे, साइड में मत जाना ज़्यादा, घूमे बस नीचे बिल्कुल ज़मीन. हाँ, उसकी नाक, दोनों का नाक, ये बहुत मैं वेट कर रहा हूँ कि वो टाइट हो जाए, समझ गए. हाँ बच्चा. Sit. Hold. Hold. Wali, hold. 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 जब वो ढूंढ रहे तो तुम घूमना मत.